So we've established the need to enable transition toward independence as a third foundational layer of our model that bridges the gap between our children with high-functioning autism and Asperger's and a sustainable career. Our First Ascent program uses climbing as a central metaphor because a career journey is very much like climbing a mountain. So let's consider two basic types of climbing. In lead climbing, climbers use aids. Specifically, a lead climber trails a rope which is managed by a belayer. The climber ascends an incremental distance, locks a cam or stopper in the rock, or clips into a pre-placed hanger or anchor, then climbs another short distance, locks in, etc. Using this technique, if the climber falls, he or she only has 10 feet to fall, as opposed to 100 or even 1,000. Free climbing is when the climber doesn't use any aids, such as a rope, cam, stoppers. It goes without saying this type of climbing can be extremely dangerous. Climbers can be hundreds if not thousands of feet in the air with no safety equipment whatsoever. Our traditional career preparation framework, built largely by and around the education system, is quite risky for individuals on the spectrum. It typically addresses career from an academic perspective around large academic fields, degrees, and majors. The process lacks clarity, precision, and the progressive work-learning approach that's key to helping young people with autism in their career ascent. For instance, when a student graduates from high school, it's assumed he or she will enter the workforce, enroll in a vocational institution, or enter a college or university. In all instances, these are very big steps, huge steps in fact, for young people on the spectrum. Upon graduating from college, if they go that route, they are faced with yet another huge step into the workforce, very often with little or no practical work experience. It's like moving from one island to the next, high school, college, workplace, with no bridges in between. The adaptations that they have to make at each of these major steps are simply too big. So this approach is akin to free climbing, and it's not working. What's needed is a much less risky, methodical, and progressive approach. Our final layer then is to create a progressive career pathway where we break up these big career steps and create smaller, less risky steps that integrate both education and real work and progressively prepare young people for their careers. We designed this career pathway so they're only climbing 10 feet at a time. They climb 10 feet, lock in. Climb another 10 feet, lock in. So if they do fall, they're only falling 10 feet versus hundreds of feet. It's very important that we begin their experience with successes early on, and we build on those successes incrementally over time. So we establish this upward spiral of progressive success. I like to visualize this using a ski resort trail map. On a trail map, you have easy beginner runs, green circle runs, intermediate level runs, blue squares, black diamond, or most difficult runs, and double black diamond runs, which are extremely difficult. Likewise, careers have different degrees of difficulty based on job demand, cognitive or educational requirements, and most importantly, the degree to which the career aligns with the strengths and work ecology needs of the individual. In choosing the best route to move toward our summit career, it's important to look for progressive work-learning pathways and also look for adjacent career opportunities if the terrain is too difficult. For example, someone who has an interest, an aptitude, and an aspiration to become a mechanical engineer might consider starting out as a drafter or a machinist or a mechanical engineering technician. Once they have established themselves in one of these progressive career steps, they still wish they could go on to become a mechanical engineer. Almost any career has progressive steps that can be taken. Beyond the need to build confidence in a career experience progressively, most employers would see this as a positive experience and a huge plus. In our example, for instance, I've heard many employers of mechanical engineers say their best engineers have worked on the shop floor as drafters, as machinists, before they went on to become engineers. Additionally, many employers will pay for the education of their employees if it's related to the needs of the company. So there are many, many advantages for looking for progressive career options that lead toward a summit career, and very few negatives. So I would encourage you, every time you talk to your child about options, about career options, always be looking for those incremental steps that lead toward their summit careers. Are there things that can and should be done to prepare our young children with autism for a career beyond what we've talked about here in this video series? Sure. Are there guarantees that if we enable these 4 layers that our children will be successful in their careers. When it comes to building careers, there are no guarantees. However, the chances for success go up dramatically if these 4 foundations are established. Thank you for watching this video series. Please don't forget to visit us at autismcareers.net for additional information on the First Ascent program and other information, resources, and inspiration.